brother. Oh, gee whiz. What am I gonna do? I don't know how to decorate. Dude, of all the streams that, like, Tried could randomly stop by for, this one would be very convenient. Not that I'm, like, looking for chat to, like, backseat and help me through everything. I still want the decoration process to be from me, you know, but having someone as experienced as Tried would definitely be pretty cool. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, welcome in. As you can hear from my voice, I am completely healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. At least not, like, physically, you know what I'm saying? Howdy to post alive, question mark? It's a good question. I hope we figure it out sometime soon together. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you guys have been having a good week so far. It is a Wednesday. I think Wednesdays are pretty good. I see a lot of people putting Wednesday in, like, the D tier of their day of the week tier list, which is, like, the dumbest idea. That is one of the dumbest tier lists I've ever heard of, but, like, I don't know. People just be hating on days. Why does Howdy change his age every time? How old is he, bro? That's a good question. I'll ask him next time I see him. What's up, Lane? How you doing? Lane, I don't know if you're interested in any Rivals 2, but I played the new character on stream with a buddy of mine, and oh, it was so fun. Wednesday is ass, it's so fucking boring. Okay, so you need to think about what you just said. Maybe your life is boring on Wednesday, but it's just a day. It's just doing its job. What if someone won the lottery on Wednesday? Wouldn't that make it higher? It's completely dependent on one's own personal life. It is like the dumbest debate to have, you know? Just leave the days alone. That's my stance on it. It's not Monday's fault that that's when you go back to work and go back to school and go back to university, you know? I'm not a member anymore, sad face. I understand, Ultronxus, it happens. But I also will never forgive you. Oh, oh, oh. I have some nice tea to soothe my ridiculous sounding voice at the moment. That's very nice. What is the luckiest? Like the luckiest day? Probably Howdy Day. National Howdy Day is the luckiest. Speaking of Howdy, it's time to force him to work. Referring to him as he's like his own person. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna try to decorate this level here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I was able to get some progress done throughout like December. Howdy, are you poor and hated? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that question. I'm not poor, because like if you make more money per year than like 95% of the population, you like can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Hated, I really don't know. That's up to you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sticking to like 1.9 objects, at least as far as I'm aware. All the like objects I've used so far have been from 1.9. We hate you, King. Heart emoji. Thank you, Lane. Yeah, I have the triggers all like lined up for my part, or for my whole level. There are still like background pulses and not color pulses, just like background, ground, and object. But everything there is done. That makes like doing the block design and stuff a lot easier, I think. I don't think this is 1.9. To my knowledge, every object I've used was in 1.9. So if you guys would like to prove me wrong, please do, and I will promptly remove whatever objects are not from 1.9. Now, when it comes to spacing, I'm using like these measurements, right? I'm using stuff like this. And these buttons were not a thing in 1.9. Sure, you can make that argument. But I'm pretty sure those measurements could be achieved with these. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't really care. I don't super care. Go back to where you were. Where was that? There you go. Why was I shimmying him around so much? Oh my goodness. Wait, this deco might be tough. I hope so. I hope so. I don't really have many color triggers yet. So these colors don't change colors. It's all just like completely static for the moment. When it comes to actually telling which colors to change to which other colors and like how often, that's scary for me. Let me get my actual SEO device here. How's the audio balancing, by the way? The music decently loud? I see slope gameplay. You sure do. This is essentially like if this current update were in the middle of 1.9 right now, this is the level I would be making. You know, that's kind of how I'm trying to go about this. If I had my current outlook that I do on making levels, and it just happened to be like 2015 and it was 1.9, this is the level I would make. And this is how I would make it. Okay, let's do a practice run if we can, just to kind of showcase the level. Oops, I left that spike there. That's not possible. See, like, I forgot what happened here to make it this way. I think I meant to do... Give me the damn spike. See, that's like a huge problem with me for decoration, because when all of these objects are trying to occupy the same space, you can't click on what you want, because there's so many... Like, you shouldn't be able to click a slope from this far out. I am clicking so far away from the slope, and I'm still... Like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. What's the difficulty, by the way? It is quite literally in the thumbnail, but going for like an insane demon. Oh no, I forgot. I moved that saw blade up for some reason. Let me just no clip. There you go. It should be completely possible from here on. Oh man, this wave's tough. Slope gaming. Yeah, a lot of people do not be liking the slope gameplay. I hate this problem as well. Okay, that straight fly is not as bad as it looks, even though I did just die to it. Man, upside down straight fly just doesn't hit like it used to. Goodness gracious. That just feels like ass. Yay! Anyway, so that's the gameplay I'm trying to roll with at the moment. So I made a little like logo, because people always made their logos with like blocks and stuff back in 1.9. So this is meant to be like how D made with very like rudimentary shapes. ICDX straight fly. So like look at the hitboxes here. This is the room you have to fly. Like, that's pretty reasonable for an insane demon. I may end up nerfing it a bit, but, like, this is not nearly as bad as it looks. Don't let me being ass at straight fly ruin your perception of the difficulty. Oh, man. Can I get a collab part? I don't think I'll be turning this into a collab, no. I think I would like this to be a solo project if I can. I appreciate the offer. I would like to probably ask, going forward in this level, I would like to make the block design a little simpler than how it is in the beginning. Because, like, this looks like pretty good, and I'm happy with it, but it took forever. And if I use this block design throughout the whole level, it's going to take me way too long. Hopefully I can copy and paste a decent amount of the wave structures at least and fly through this. But there's still some interesting shapes. There's some very interesting shapes in the wave part. Not sure how I'm going to go about that. Someday you'll see a collab host named Senny. Okay. I hate your videos. I'm sorry to hear this. Hopefully you like my streams. It's a bit of a different speed. Alright. Let's try to make something about it. This, I think, is a completely unique structure that is never reused, so we can't make a design here and use it later. So it's just going to be a one-of-a-kind thing. And for the sake of it being easier for me, I'm just going to drop it 3 clicks so we can actually have it, like, kind of on grid, maybe? I make deco block in literal seconds or a few minutes. I am definitely not as gifted. Okie dokie. This is going to be a lot of the stream. It's just me figuring out, like, what in the world I'm supposed to do. Also, I think maybe these, like, layers and stuff weren't around in 1.9. I don't recall. I am using them anyway, because this is, like, basic quality of life shit. I will go insane if I try to make a level without these. I hope you understand. I never made a level. I don't play GD anymore. Sounds like you're ahead of everybody. You're going to be a trendsetter here. I think we should all quit GD forever. I think it would be best for our health. I'm trying to keep the block design like somewhat reminiscent of 1.9. I also like using these like black blocks and then decorating them with other stuff inside. I can't even like see that. There we go. I don't know, maybe my eyes are just terrible. I mean, they definitely are, but like, I don't know if that's all of it. That's the most fun part about being sick, is when your voice sounds ridiculous. Do you have Robux? I don't think I have a single Robux to my name. And I'm okay with that. I'm I'm alright with that. Not too fond of Roblox. What are you doing? Get back in your corner. What? Who let you out? Okay. So I'm trying to keep things like relatively organized. So we have a layer here. What the fuck? We have a layer here for like outlines and stuff. So I can just get rid of the original blocks. So we can have the hitboxes. Is that really? What? How is this so like specifically offset? What the hell? That's weird. Alright, whatever. That seems like a step backwards, but alright. Those freaking Fruit by the Foot commercials were crazy. Okay, I guess there's that. Yo, there low-key might be some kids in the chat, yo. You started and finished your statement with yo. That's awesome. It's like how you have to say over when you're like talking on the radio with somebody. Over. So you don't play Roblox? Not really. I've played with my wife here and there. We have fun on Roblox sometimes, but I mean, I don't have Robux because I don't spend money on it. I'm not insane. Okay. Let's do some basic 1.9, 9 circles structuring here. Or block design. Some of this stuff. I don't know why it's so like specifically off grid. I don't even know how that happened. It's interesting. It shouldn't be off grid enough to matter, but there's that. So we can probably just get rid of these blocks entirely. Now that we have all our hitboxes in place. There we go. Wait, that looks terrible. What happened? There we go. Yeah, it's like very slightly high. That's weird. Where's John Geometry? He's chilling. He's in retirement, but he'll come back. Man, this chat. Whew. I'm struggling a little bit here. I need all the help I can get. Calling all adults who are lurking in my chat. I need help. Alright, let's get some lines here to help separate the blocks. I have an idea. I want some kind of... Where did it go? I get so lost in the editor, man. So I don't think these objects were a thing. But these were. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. Let's see how this looks. Does this look terrible? This needs to be on layer 3? 3 is just kind of like random little bits of decoration. Maybe 4 would be better. 4 is probably better. Oh, that's a lot bigger than I thought. We can move it down a little bit like so. Ooh, I kind of like the overlap there. Because if it overlaps with the line, it'll make that part brighter. That's kind of cool. Alright, that's interesting. I'm okay with that. I'm going to try really hard to not be very picky about this shit. The pickier I am, the longer it's going to take. And I don't think me being picky will result in it looking much better. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm happy with that. Let's just throw some glow on there and be done with it. How about it? Man, this chat's rough. This chat is rough. Oh, man. Favorite main/Robtop level? I've been an enjoyer of blast processing, electrodynamics, and hexagon force for quite some time. I think those are my favorites. Let's see. I forget what my colors even are. What is 4? 4 is kind of dark. 1. I guess let's do 1. Maybe turn the hue to more of a blue. Might turn the brightness down as well. Yeah, that looks okay. Less brightness. See, that looks strange. I think I know what I have to do. But how do I make that shape? You know what I'm saying? Let's do that, and then like a little like half glow block. I don't know why that's a block, but I'm glad it is. 1 and like -20 or something. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know if blue is like the right color there. Maybe something a little more like that. Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. You put that on the right layer though. I don't know if there even is like such a thing as a right layer in my level because everything's just like kind of sloppily organized, but how do you have a motivation to build levels without exploding midway through? Usually it's just because I care, you know? If you don't care enough about the level you're making, you're going to lose motivation, you know? So it helps a lot to not, like, start on a whim, you know? It helps to have a plan going into it and to like your plan. If you just jump right into a level all, like, half-cocked and you don't know what you're doing, you'll probably hit some kind of creative block and lose steam halfway through. But if you're like, a 1.99 circles level would be pretty fun to make. I'll keep that in the back of my mind for a bit and maybe develop that later. And then you start thinking about it some more, like, oh yeah, that'd be a cool thing to add. And maybe I could do this kind of deco, and maybe you can have this kind of gameplay. I think that'd be really cool. I want to make this level. Then you go ahead, pull the trigger, make that level. That's kind of how it works for me. Like, I usually will fail to continue my levels if I started them kind of impulsively. Like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a level. Here we go. I got like an hour to kill and I feel like making gameplay, so let's do it. That usually does not end very well, you know? It can, I suppose. Everyone's motivation levels are different, but let's see. Can I do like I like these blocks. They're just a little bit like dark, you know? I suppose that looks fine. I think I do want to put some of this stuff here. These are like those partially invisible blocks. That would just give it a nice little glow. I think I should probably... Oh, that's on 0. That's not good. That Cool Kid 11, thank you so much for the rated membership, bro. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. You enjoy your perks and benefits, such as the balls emoji, among plenty of other emojis you can now use in chat. Now you got a cool badge next to your name that develops cooler colors the longer you're a member. Man, it's a crazy new world out there. Thank you, I appreciate it. We do some of that, and then maybe a little bit of glow. I'm trying not to like abuse glow because like that was a thing in 1.9 and people weren't really like abusing it yet, but I think if I maybe take this color, paste that there. Better from the top or the bottom? Probably the top. There is a little bit of that like pink square that's kind of popping through. I'm not a huge fan of that. Can I just lower the block itself in that case? Is that a thing I can do? Honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah. That looks good. I have no issue with that. You know what? I am done. I am not touching it anymore. That is the extent of my decoration for that part. Moving on. I'm gonna get freaking stuck if I keep like worrying about this garbage. Okay, let's do the outline for this one so we can just get rid of the blocks right away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My editor skills are not up to par at the moment. Hopefully they'll get a little sharper as I continue to be on GD, but I'm not really a very impressive GD player in any regard, like as soon as I get on. It takes a bit of warm up, you know. I gotta warm up for my editor. Yes, I am trying to use exclusively 1.9 objects, at least to my knowledge. There's a chance I've used something that wasn't around in 1.9 so far, and if any of you guys are keen enough to pick up on that, feel free to let me know, and I will gladly change it. So something I'd like to do for this, let's get rid of these blocks. The slopes can stay for now, because I don't know what to do with that yet, but for the block design, I would like... What just happened? What? How did I open File Explorer like 6 times? What is happening? I was just trying to press E to rotate the slope, dog. I just tabbed out of my game like 100 times in like a couple milliseconds. I don't even know how to explain what I just saw. I just made my computer start tweaking. Wow, that was really weird. Okay, well, I guess we're back. That was so weird. I just opened File Explorer so many times, and I could not tell you how I did it. Wow. All right. Cool beans. No, that's very much not 1.9. I'd like to use more of these blocks because they're very classic 9 circles blocks. I don't much like the gaps on the corners, and I don't know how to work around that, you know? It can be done for regular blocks, but... Like, that's fine. It doesn't look bad, but I'm unsure of how to proceed. I think if I lower the brightness and maybe up the saturation a bit. Yeah, okay. That's a good start. Of course, I'm going to use a bit of glow. I am using glow in a lot of structures. Maybe I am abusing it. I don't know. Why? Why does pressing D... What? What just happened? My computer is tweaking right now. I just pressed the D key on my keyboard, and I just like alt-tabbed out of all of my tabs. All my tabs were just minimized. If anybody has any clue what is happening, I would appreciate some insight. Wow, just sometimes pressing regular-ass keys is making my computer go freaking nuts. Okay, so probably too long. Too long. Let's remove the half chunk. There you go. Yes, thank you, Snap. Excellent. See, that I think I can work with. That's too much glow, though, so can I maybe, like, recede it? Honestly, I can, like, hide the excess behind whatever slopes those are going to be. So those won't be seen. We don't have to worry about that. Can maybe even rotate it like so. No, that looks dumb. Keep it the way it was. 27 degrees. That's really hot. It's a really hot day. No, that's just too much. It's too much. Got to downgrade. Too much glow. We're doing this. This is why deco takes me so freaking long. Like, if any of you guys have ever wondered, like, why I don't decorate all of my layouts, it will never be more clear to you than it is in this stream. It's gonna make so much sense. This feels so short. It feels so much shorter than the other one. Maybe I do want that half block. Yeah, give me the half block. Like, maybe some would have just, like, slapped the glow on there and called it good, like a whole minute ago. I'm so annoying about the way I do block design. It takes me forever. You know, that's good enough. That's good enough. There we go. Okay. We're doing that, and then I want to do one other thing in the middle here. I don't know what yet. Did you pray today? I don't know that I did, but I will. That's always a good habit to get into. Just pray whenever you think of it, you know, for whoever you're thinking about. Why? Why does pressing E make me open File Explorer? What the fuck? What is happening? I could not be more tabbed into Geometry Dash. So why? Oh my gosh. Why does pressing E open File Explorer? What the fuck is happening? Oh, what? Holding Windows and pressing E is like a... Oh, okay, okay. Maybe my keyboard is dying. I think my keyboard thinks that I am holding down freaking the Windows key all day, which is not happening. Yeah, let me just set that keyboard down. And then get my other keyboard that is much louder. So, sorry about that. Oh, and it's dusty because I haven't used it in a while. That's nice. You should add a mini dude somewhere in the level. You know, that's a pretty good idea, actually. I might make a little guy out of, like, normal block design objects and see if anyone notices. What if I don't tell the chat, even? What if I keep this a secret, even from the chat? Okay. Are we going to be able to play the video game now? Is my keyboard going to continue to tweak? If it does, I'm just restarting my computer. Okay. I'm pressing all sorts of buttons and we're doing okay. Yeah. What's up, cute twirl? I have not had water today, but I've had tea, which is basically just brown water. But welcome in. Hope you're doing all right. Kid from Mars, good to see you as well. How tall would you say you are in terms of GD blocks? So if the cube is like average height, like let's say the GD cube is an average heighted guy and it's this tall. What's average height for males? I think it's like 5'9". I'm like here. That's what I would come up to. That's me. I'm like a little ant. Well, yeah, of course. If I restart my computer and the problem's gone, I'm going to start streaming again. But I don't think we need to. I think we're doing okay. So something I've discovered when doing block design in older levels is these blocks. You see these ones with these like diamond or like prism shapes? That they add so much like shading and detail without even having to add extra objects. Like that, this is 2 objects and look at like what's happening in the middle there. Like that's cool. That's just cool. I don't know that that's all I want to add. I may end up doing something else. Like what if I just put one of these like fake spikes in there? That looks dumb. That also looks dumb. We're going to be hearing that a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to be throwing objects on the canvas and being like, no, no. You know what? I don't hate that, and that's good enough. I need to start thinking that way a little bit more when I'm decorating levels, because, oh my gosh, I'm going to be here for years if I don't lower my standards a little bit. Okay, I want something relatively bright up here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep the these like 9 circles blocks going with these. And these will be like orange to contrast with the like blue and stuff over there. Maybe like here or so. Oh, that is very red. Very, very red. That's more what I was going for. Yeah, in terms of like colors, I kind of don't know what I'm doing for this level yet. We will end up needing... Wait, no, are those... Oh my gosh, there's this version. I'm stupid. I don't know why I thought like, oh, there's not a version of this block that has a line next to it. That's dumb. That's okay. I can just do that. Oh, but that... No, that copied the color to the... Okay. So this needs to be 3... that and that. A little more saturation. Guys, bear with me. It's gonna take a long time. Default. I didn't know that there was this button right here, the default button, because they moved it. It used to be somewhere else in previous updates, and then they moved it, and I was not aware that it was still there. I thought they just removed it entirely. That's good. Okay. And then I think I'll put something, like maybe a spike in here. Like something really simple, but something dark. Yeah, honestly, that looks pretty good. I am pleased with that. It's simple, but effective. And then, I'm not like doing this super consistently, but for each of these structures, I kind of want to have some of these objects, these ones that like pulse. So I'll put one of those right there. I bet that layer is good. Galaxy Gamer with the 7 Czar. I'm a moron. I need to look up what Czar is again. Oh, that's South African Rand. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Dude, love from South Africa. That's awesome. Appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying the stream. It's going to be a very relaxed, chill deco stream today. Is that the yellow I'm going for? It is not the yellow I'm going for. That's a little better. Yeah. Probably not as much brightness, though. I don't want it to shine too much. I don't want it to overshadow the, like, orange beneath it. Maybe it's more of a salmon. I don't know. I dare Howdy to say GD 2.21 will never release. No, I'm not going to take you up on that dare. It's too scary. I'm not going to say that. You'll never hear me say that. Is that how you're using that slope with the outline? Am I doing something wrong, Dave Requiem? Help! No, I'm happy with that structure, though. I think I'm going to move on. And, like, there's not a whole lot of glow, right? There's just a little bit of shading there. I think black glow. If I had to abstain rather from using glow, but I could use like one color glow, I would use black for sure. I would give up all my colored glows. Okay, so this is a tricky one. I kind of want to use these like regular blocks for the design a little bit. Not like a lot. I want to do some weird shit like that. No, nope, nope, nope. It's going to take too long. Howdy. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Don't you do that. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I think the way I've been laying these out, this needs to be layer 1. I don't even know if that's layer. It's L. I don't know what L stands for. Dang it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. HSV is super, super helpful and important. I don't know when that was introduced. I think it was introduced in 1.9. I don't think that was a thing before. But yeah, if the color's not right, like this is like purple. This is like a purple color normally. It looks like gray, but you know. You just kind of slide the hue around until you get what you want. And if it's too saturated, turn that down. It's super, super helpful. That's how you can have a really diverse array of different shades of colors while only having 4 channels. No, I do not stream on Twitch. I may consider doing double streaming, but Twitch is a grody company. I'd rather not work with them in any capacity if I can help it, but there is potential for double streaming. I'm definitely not switching to Twitch exclusively. Also, that looks too saturated. I'm turning that down. That's a little nicer. And doing the like background pulses was really fun to like make something that matches the song kind of. And the like little pulse, the little like flickering. I tried to do this kind of flickering effect in a way that didn't hurt my eyes. Because if it doesn't hurt my eyes, you guys will probably be fine. Because I guarantee you my eyes are worse than most of yours. But not that it's competition. Because I know who would win. It's probably Name Kidded, poor guy. Let's get these outlines set up. I don't know what to say. I have news for you. You aren't the one streaming. So if you don't have anything to say, you don't have to say anything. I am not so lucky. Gosh damn it. I don't know why everything's like off grid so slightly. I literally do not understand how that happened. Okay. Do that. This keyboard sounds ridiculous. I don't know like what color switches these are, but they are too loud. Too much switch. No reason to complicate that, I guess. Alright, that should be good, actually. Oh, was it not on? Oh, it was on grid. I'm stupid then. Okay, whatever. Now that we have that outline taken care of, we can get rid of all this garbage. I'll go back through and clean up the spikes, because as is, the spikes are pretty boring. I'll make them a little nicer. We judging switches by colors now, huh? You heard it. You heard me. Can I put this... down there is a little nicer, actually. That's not how the structure was originally, but... So, if this is our, like, base, and this is our color, what do we do for our color? How about some of this? Let me place a block there, gosh damn you. Some of that. I'm telling you guys, these objects, they will save you so much time. Gotta line them up though. Yeah, okay, that's good. That looks, does that look weird? I think it might be better if they're all pointing the same way rather than like matching whatever the slope is doing. Okay, I'm going to take this. What do I do there? Am I allowed? Or am I quiet? I would like there to be some kind of like dark accent on the slope here. Can I just... Yeah, let me do that. I think these objects were 1.9. I guess I'm not sure. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. Layer should be probably 1. Unmix that. What is going on there? Act professional. Come on, we're streaming here. Make the background black and make it pulse with the objects, like small tint or something. It would be kind of crazy. I would be open to suggestions a little bit when it comes to the background pulses if I wasn't already completely done with that. Like, all these pulses, at least for the background and ground and objects and stuff, like that's set in stone. By object, I mean object color, like the outline. I'm not saying like all the block designs colored pulses are all set in stone. Like, no, I haven't even started that. What's up, Shigo? What's up, Flops? Welcome in. How you guys doing? I need help. Stream chat has been a little on the rough side today. What if I get rid of this? Yes, this is what I want to do. This is a good idea. Check it out. And then, hold on. Actually, we're not doing this. We are instead doing... Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Cotton Eye Joe. That's a pretty gross song, by the way, if you know what Cotton Eye Joe is about. But I'm not going to tell you, though. You can ask your parents. That's nice. I don't know what to put inside. But if we're doing that, maybe I should... Does that look dumb? That looks dumb. Yeah, that's dumb. Excuse me. Sorry, that was not ladylike. See, I can't hollow this out, right? Because then that's going to happen. So I either... that's interesting. Okay, what if I take this just all the way down? Let's go the full way and make it... Gosh, dang it. Just these two objects. If I go that far down, I can use a slope there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll do that. And then get rid of these. I don't know what to fill these spaces with yet, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, this belongs on 1. Howdy, are you sick? Yes. I've been sick for a couple days. It started, like, usually when I get sick, I feel it in my throat. Like, yeah, I'm getting a sore throat. I'm going to be sick tomorrow. But this time, it was like, it was weird. Because the pain started in my chest. I felt like there was some kind of fluid in my chest that wasn't, like, supposed to be there. And my throat was mostly fine. And even now, my throat doesn't feel terribly sore. It's mostly okay. But it's weird. It's weird. Ooh, okay, hold on. What if I fill that empty space with some of this? But how do I make that look like okay and put it in the center? I would have to cover this up. Okay, new idea. Get rid of those and replace them with just black. Yeah, my voice does sound a little ridiculous. I'm not making it any more ridiculous. Like, I'm not playing it up for a bit. That is just the most comfortable way for me to talk at the moment. It's not like, it's not so bad. I've had a way, like, worse voice in that regard before. If I put black glow on blending, ooh, that's nice. I like that. That looks a little less nice. Yeah, it interrupts the line work a little bit. Are you Mr. Beast? Serious question. I'm gonna kill you. Serious statement. I am not joking. Nah, I'm just kidding. I lied a little bit. I'm pretty good at that. That was a lie. I'm not good at lying. But I bet you believed me, didn't you? Now you don't know what to believe. So stupid. So for the back here, I think I will probably just use more of those like prism slopes and stuff, because I think they look nice. And they will help like darken it a little bit. Not a lot, but they'll darken it a little bit. I still want the background color to come through somewhat at least. And then do the same over here. Wherefore art thou, Mr. Prism? Okay. That looks quite nice. What color to make this though? What if I did like a light background, which is a naturally blending color? You do not need to set aside a color channel for that. You can just have it be blending. That's better. That's better right there, to have the little like mini triangle in the center. No, it shouldn't be blending though. It shouldn't. So what should I do? What should I do? I guess object would be okay. Oh, but it can't be a higher layer than that. Yeah, okay. Now, what to do for glow? I want to throw a little bit of this in here. I don't mean to glaze you or something, but I think your voice is still as good as before. You know, when my voice goes through changes throughout the day, I don't really think of it as better or worse, you know? I think it just sounds a little silly at the moment. It sounds like I'm like doing a bit, which I do sometimes, especially if it's like really late and my voice is just like getting low and raspy anyway. Will you do next Peter Griffin remix, please? And will I do the next one? I mean, I assume there will be a next one. It's an interesting way to ask that, though. It's not, what will you do for your next one? It's, will you do it? Please, I need it. Like, well, yeah. It'll happen. There's no way for me to put glow there and have it look good. And having it just on this one isn't going to work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Could I do this? That's dumb. That's dumb right there. But, hold on. If I make this chunk of black blockness, like so. Yeah, okay, okay. That looks a little silly. Little bit silly, not gonna lie. No, Howdy's perfectly healthy. Yeah, I said that. Guys, you don't believe me? Problem solving 100. Except I'm not sure about that. I kind of like this, actually. I think that's probably the best. But that still makes the glow look weird. Or does it? Is that okay? That's a little bit weird, but I think it's okay. I think we're just gonna bite the bullet and roll with that. Finally, for glow, I want a little bit of something. A little bit of something. Can I use like some kind of 3D line block? Maybe this. That is huge. Holy shit. I thought it'd be a little smaller. What if I want this to be like yellow? That looks ridiculous. Too bright. Calm down. The more I decorate, the more I'll get better at like estimating those colors. No, that's silly. That's silly. I can't scale this down. That's a good thickness, though. That's a good thickness. No, none of these are gonna work. None of these are gonna work. There's this, but I don't know if that's a 1.9 object. You know? It's with a lot of stuff that looks like it's from 2.0. I mean, I know this stuff was... I don't know that stuff was 1.9, actually. That might be 2.0 also. It's organized so strangely, because there's 1.9 stuff back here. Like, what are you doing back here? Come on, dude. Also, these weird pulsing objects that pulse with the music are split across 2 different tabs. You say you were healthy, but are you mentally healthy? I would say yes. I'm doing okay. What's up, howdy lover? Welcome. You need to play the Roblox Geometry Dash games. See, like, I don't really want to encourage the playing of Roblox. Does that make sense? See, I think this is a 1.9. This has to be a 1.9 object. It has to be. There's no way it's not. I have to have seen this in tons of 1.9 levels before, but it's too small. It's too damn small. Okay, so what if we don't do it at 45 degrees and instead do it like that? That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay, we can find interesting ways to implement this. I kind of just like it being the same color as the block, or like at least similar. How did I, what? Go home, dude. What are you doing? Dude, I have Mexican leftovers in the fridge. I'm really excited about that. You know what I hate about... I don't know if this is a Geode mod that's doing this or if it's 2.2. I think it's a Geode mod, but... Oh, I want to see what's behind this little knob here. So you rotate it and then undo it. And the knob should stay here, but it doesn't with what I'm doing. Now, these little notches here are really helpful. And you could just spin it around like that, but it makes me upset. Can I make that look okay? I don't know. I don't know that I can make that look okay. It may just have to look like that. What's up, Vino Grande? How you doing? How do I say your new name? Glowdeck? Just like how it looks? I really don't know. I need help. How art thou, Sir Howard? No need to panic. Scotty. Thank goodness Scotty is here. I was about to worry. But welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, these objects are going to be very important. You know, I could make up that difference with glow. Let me do that. Let's at least give it a try. The sloped glow pieces were not in 1.9. That's a 2.1 thing. So we're not using those. We gotta do glow on slopes the old-fashioned way, kind of. I'm still using certain modern quality of life remedies. See, that's not so bad. That's a little bit better. Give me that. Give me that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I don't think it's going to look better than that. And if I can copy and paste this over here. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm happy with that. Now, all I need to do now for this structure is add some kind of orange highlight, right? There needs to be some... Ooh, I have an idea, actually. Get rid of this. This is all nonsense. Replace it with this. This is John-sense. Usually, when I say John-sense, it is not meant to be interpreted as better than regular nonsense, but, like, you know, it's an option. What if I make that orange? That is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Say it however you want. I don't really mind. Okay. All right. That is both helpful and not helpful. I will take it. Thank you. Thank you, Glowdeck. It's weird. It's like calling your mom by her birth name instead of calling her mom or something. That's how it feels, calling Vino Grande Glowdeck. It's like, is that you? Is that what you is? Okay. No, I like, obviously I'm not meaning to put you down by changing your name or something, because I did that. Yeah, my name used to not be Howdy on YouTube. I was making YouTube videos not as Howdy for a little bit there, and I was like, you know what, this name, it's not gonna work. I need something a little snappier, a little more recognizable. And then Howdy was born. I gave birth. Let's do a little bit more yellow there. Should the yellow be on the top or on the bottom? No, this one's going to be kind of short, but you get the idea. Top. Top is good. Honestly, I think that's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Leave it. Be done with it. It's over. Stop it. These are things I need to tell myself if I'm going to finish this level ever. If I have any chance of finishing this level, I need to tell myself to just shut up. Just make the block design and be done with it. I took so freaking long to get where I am currently. Like, this stuff doesn't look like much. An experienced decorator could probably crank that out in like an afternoon, right? That took me probably like 20 hours. I don't know about 20. It took me multiple sessions. Multiple decently long sessions. Victory is ours, is it? That's good to know. Thank goodness. Dude, Falco Leak, I like that guy. That's a cool guy right there. If I saw a Falco Leak in a store, I'd be like, give me this. I would like to purchase it. Are you cool being purchased by me, Falco Leak? Is that alright? I did just say I need to stop messing with this block, but I did want to try this object because it looks funny. I don't know, like, what do I do with that? What do I do? Is it already on blending? It is already on blending, and it still doesn't look very good. Maybe it looked better against, like, this? Against existing colors? No. No. Decently long is what they call my nose. It's pretty good news. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not done with this part. Not yet, at least. I don't like that there's only orange on one side. Like, on one hand, the asymmetry is kind of cool. Or, like, the asymmetry, obviously. But, like, the balance of it is kind of cool. But I would very much like this to be orange as well. Cool beans! Whoa! Thank you for the $2, man. I appreciate that. Good morning. It is currently 3 p.m. But somebody started their day today. And that somebody is named Ikosa. Thank you for the good morning and the $2. I appreciate it. And hope you're having a good day today. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it thus far. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't feel a tremendous need to put more like these blocks over there. Like, this is fine. That's not true. I need to try it. I am not convincing anybody. Not even myself. Nice try, me. I work as a subscription, not a one-time purchase. I need to pay like $5 a month to keep Falco Leak. Nah, you're worth more than $5. Object, can I do like a blending version of that? Because that's too much. That is too much. I want like that much sticking out, you know? I want just a little nugget. I want a little nugget. Let's see. Can I just do a blending color? Turn the saturation down to make it white? That's not bad. It's also not good. Yeah, I'm leaving it. Leaving it. Done. Leave it alone. Howdy, thoughts on Texan dogs? Well, you know what they say. Everything is smaller in Texas. And I think small dogs are pretty cool. I don't even know what that means. Is that like a kind of, like a hot dog? Like, oh, dude, you gotta try a Texan street dog. It's so good. I have no idea what that means. But if you would like to educate me, I'm all ears. Imagine being made of all ears. That'd be pretty hard. Gosh, what block do I use here? I just like, there's not that many blocks to use, you know? Let me start with some of these on the corners. How about it? And then... yeah, okay. Okay, not that on the corner. I lied. We're going to use this on the corner. That's much better. That's it right there. Look at that. Maybe some of that. That might be too much. It's fine for right now. We'll roll with it. I mean, dog. Oh, dog with a W, of course, of course. That makes it all clear. It all makes sense now. What if these were actually the 1x1s? That's probably nicer. And then I'll do 1x1s over there. Dude, the slope, like, click boxes are enormous. It is so easy to accidentally mess with the slope when you didn't mean to. Why are you hanging out, man? Me to my friends during the cool sleepover. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, it should be better once I fill out this structure a bit more. Okay, do all that. And then the slopes, then we'll be good. We'll be good to just delete the object so I can look at a clearer picture. Alright, buddy, you're fired. You were a good employee for a little bit until I got bored. Are you gay? I would tell you no. My wife would probably tell you yes. Okay. Outline some of this as well. I know I'm not being the most optimized with my line usage, but I kind of don't care. See, that looks cool. That looks cool, right? That could totally be a successful thing that I did. How do I fill that out, like, color-wise, though? I try not to use these objects at all. Like these ones. I think they look kind of cheesy sometimes, but I may use them a little bit. We'll see. I would like to try to use them, but I need to use the right kind. Because these have like a gradient to them. You know how they start like dark at the bottom and then they get bright? I think this is what I'm doing. You got to think about this stuff. Okay. The one in the corner will not be seen. This is good for me. Howdy, first stream where he's not sick. Is this your first stream that you've been to where Howdy is not sick? Because that's impressive. See, that just has a natural glow to it, right? It looks like there's glow, and I like it. I like that. Now, what can I do with it next? It's already on bottom 1, so or bottom 2, right? Yeah, bottom 2, so we can use bottom 1 for the glow if I am going to do that. I would like to try glow of the black variety right here. That is, let's put that on B1 and then put this layer 4. How does that look? Probably too much. Probably too much. I kind of liked it before. I'm not saying black glow or glow of some kind does not have a place in this structure, but I like that for right now. Also, I'm going to change this color because there's too much purple happening lately as a base. I need to have some kind of orange foundation. So that is entirely too red. That is not quite red enough, I would argue. Looks pretty good. Favorite state of America? Probably Rhode Island, because it's so big. Sorry, Howdy, I'd love to keep watching, but I'm really busy. I might join again if you're still streaming. But if not, then I'll see you another time. Have a good one, Cute Twirl. Appreciate you hanging out for a little while. I will see you later. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. You know what I'm saying? So for the next structure, I could maybe also do black. This might be fun. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks bad. It looks kind of bad because of the corners. That kind of sucks. I guess I could just put these stupid little corner blocks here. I hate that you need to do this to make your level look good. Like, that is so insulting. That is so sad. I probably don't need one there. Okay, that looks okay. I can maybe work with that. And then since it's like inverted, yeah, okay, I like this. And then I could, let's see, need some slopage. Yes, this is what I'm doing. This will also appear to have some kind of glow, but the center needs to not have any glow to it. See, that looks a little strange, right? Looks just a little bit strange. I wonder if I can fix that with glow objects. Let me see. Let's take this. It's already in the right place. That kind of fixes it. Honestly, if I turn down that brightness a little bit, that kind of fixes it. You see how, like, it's so bright on this side and it changes to such a dark color so quickly. I can't make this any larger. Oh, yes, I can actually. There's a bigger one right here. Yes, this is good. This is good. I accept this compromise. Well done, me. That looks pretty good, I think. And this can be purple. This can be purple. I like that it started with orange. Do I want to fill out the center with something, though? Maybe. Why did I get a ping in my server? Who hath pinged me? Oh, someone talking about Sly stuff. What are you doing for 200k special? Wouldn't you like to know? I do have a plan. I do actually have a plan for my special this time. I am going to do the very interesting and creative option of a Q&A. Because I've never really answered questions before, and I'm sure you guys are dying to know certain things, you know? So I figured you might as well give the people what they've been dying for, you know? I am not doing this, if it wasn't clear. Best yapping channel. I accept this. I accept this statement. There are worse things to be called. Because, like, on one hand, that's not a terribly, like, flattering thing to say. On the other hand, this is a child. So, like, it could have been much worse, you know? I kind of want something dark over there. That's okay. That's okay. We'll do that. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. I'm having a brain blast. Okay, if we're on this layer here, can I throw some dark glow up against this? Will it look good? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if... I kind of like what I've got going on here, but... Ooh, see, that is a different story. I'll need to make this longer, but we can kind of, like, simulate it by doing that. That doesn't look terrible, actually. Hold on, if I link that, which is not a 1.9 feature, but... Shut up. That's not bad. I kind of like that. It's too much, so I'll, like, pull it back a bit. And I can't put it on this side, right? Oh, I kind of can. I kind of can. It is a little bit hidden by that slope up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I can maybe get away with doing that to cover up the extra little nugget there. You know what? I'm going to call that good right there. Except for maybe a little bit of this. I liked what these lines did for my other structures. Oh, right. You can't do that. That's not how it works. 1.9. Oh, just a little too short. Ah, a little too short. Oh, I can hide some in here, though. Yes. Okay, this is good. This is good. Do this, that, this color-ish, 45, and then tuck it away. Oh, that's coming out. That's coming out a little bit. Okay, I can cover it with a spike. It's cool. This is doable. This is doable. Do I like that? I'll need to turn the saturation down before I'll know for sure. I can't put it on T2. T1 I can do. What if I copy, paste this exact color? Yeah, sure. Why not? Moving on. Just leave the structure. And actually, no, I can't leave it because there's all this empty space in here. I don't have to be interesting about it, though. Watch this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Put these right here. Like, no one's even going to see this. It's so high up. Like, no one's going to see this. It does not need to look interesting. It would be a waste of my time to make that look interesting. Just fluke supersonic from 40? That's awesome. GG, man. Is it true that your IRL name sounds kind of like the N-word? No. My name is Howard. And it has word in it, so I guess it does kind of sound like what you just said. Bloodbath next jump? I think jump culture's dumb. If that's how you enjoy the game, go for it, but I think most people would have a lot more fun doing smaller, more incremental jumps. Just keep it simple with this structure. Yeah, do whatever you want, man. In the context of jumping to GD demons, not like in the context of your life. That's bad advice. If someone legitimately tells you, as life advice, hey man, do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, live your life how you want, like that's bad advice. No. I've gotten into this before on stream a lot. I have talked a lot about how that's bad advice. Man, these, like, I don't know, these streams where I'm in the editor just doing shit, I think it's good for my soul. It's good to just talk about stuff. Because, like, if I'm playing, like, ABP or something, I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about the level and my experience with it. That's soul-sucking sometimes, you know? Even if I like the level I'm playing, it's like, I don't want to just talk about GD all day. It's really hard to just talk about any old topic when you're trying really hard to beat something really difficult. Is that too much Galar? Playing Expedition 33, highly recommend it. I hadn't thought about it, to tell you the truth. Oh, this is smart. Yeah, let's put all... Yeah! More of this. I like this game. That's a fun game to play. I don't know much about Expedition 33, other than it, like, swept a lot of awards at the Game Awards, and people are upset about it. I don't know. I think that's kind of silly. But, like, people who take the Game Awards super seriously, I think, I don't know. Just a little bit cringe. It's like people who take the Oscars really seriously. Like, I get it. I get why you do so. But you've got to see why this doesn't matter. The Academy Awards announced that it is now a requirement that each judge must watch every movie that has been nominated. Like, alright, bro. Alright. Whatever you say, man. What's the worst crime that you've committed? Present, past, or future? Like, which kind of crimes are we talking about? So let's turn this down a little bit. Yeah, okay. I accept this. I accept this. This block design is up to my standard. But I do want to add a little bit something. What layer was that on? It's 0? That's not good. Okay. I need to have a designated layer for the invisible blocks. Did I have that over here? I did not. What layer was that? I did put some invisible shit down. That was 5. Okay, I'll do 5. That's good. That's a good idea. All time? Well, in the future, I plan to... No, I'm not going to say that on YouTube. Ooh, future crimes, yeah. It's pretty exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Stay tuned on the channel for my future crimes. No, I did maybe commit a crime one time, which is probably not good to talk about, but I don't think it could possibly backfire in any serious way to talk about it, so I'm just going to talk about it. I was at the library one time with my mom when I was like 9, maybe? I was like 9 years old, and I found this weird little metallic gadget. I don't know how to describe it. It looked kind of like a boob. That's the best way to describe it. It looked like a boob, but it was tiny and it was made of metal and it had multiple different like parts that kind of like moved a little bit. And I was like, oh, it's an interesting little contraption. It was just sitting on a bookshelf at the library. I had no idea what purpose it served, but I thought it looked cool. And for some dumb reason, I put it in my pocket, and we left the library, and I still had it in my pocket. And I don't think I ever returned it. So I don't know if that counts as theft, because I don't know if it belonged to the library. I have never seen anything like it before or since. But there you go. There's my crime. If that's the worst crime I've ever done, was accidentally stealing a mysterious object, I would say I'm doing okay in my life. I'm doing okay. 35 years in prison for stealing the mechanical boob. Yeah, there you go. Now you know my secret. My secret's out. I think I, like, felt it in my pocket in the car, and I was like, uh-oh, Mom? Huh, I think I maybe just stole something. The metal boob caper, exactly. Yeah, I'm like Robin Hood, but instead of stealing money from the rich and giving to the poor, I steal metal boobs from the library and give to myself. I don't know where it went. I know I don't have it anymore, so we either returned it or I lost it. Pretty good ending, I would say. That's a good ending to the story. Anyway, if there's a librarian out there searching for the metal boob, I'm sorry. That's mine. I got it. Why are ads enabled on streams? I didn't do that. That's YouTube. That's how YouTube rolls these days. I do not put ads in my streams. That is all YouTube. Yeah, I like this thing. I like using the slopes. I'm going to continue to do that, I think. Using the slopes in non-slope block design. And what if I use blocks in the slope block design? That's interesting. Do that, and then I think I'm feeling a little bit generic. So I'm going to put some of these, like, basic little blocks over here. Just as a little cap. A little cap. A little hat for the block design to wear. Yeah, that's supposed to be 1 for 2. What blocks do we want? I don't know. Let's throw some of this in there. I haven't used this in a little while. This will probably want to be orange. Yeah, okay. That's like not a super pleasant color, but it's cool. Maybe turn down saturation a little bit. Man, saturation makes colors look a lot worse, honestly. I don't think we're ready for that conversation, though. Judging by the levels the community been making, we're definitely not ready for that conversation. But no, Glowdeck. I do not get money from the ads that YouTube puts in my streams. YouTube just puts ads in there for funsies. And that's that. I can monetize my streams so that I do get paid for the ads, but then there's my ads and then YouTube's ads. Like, come on. I don't want to do that. That's too many. Yeah, okay. Okay. Gonna put one of those in there. Layer 5, I think that was. And then a glowy triangle. You guys like glowy triangles, right? I don't know what kind of person doesn't like glowy triangles. This will be color 1. Yes, this is good. I like this. This should belong higher, but it looks weird. Why does it look so weird? I don't want that to look weird. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of neat, actually. Okay, we'll do that. I will settle on this block design, but we will add... Where did it go? Man, the organization in this game is awful. There we go. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Ads are wonderful things. I do make all of my money, not all of it, most of my money from ads, so I can't entirely disagree with you there. Let's see. Let's use some more of this. We haven't done too much of this lately, and these blocks are really great. They add so much detail so easily. Frack the gods. I'm not sure what this means. Okay. And what if... Ooh, alright, alright. So notice how we accented this regular structure with some slopes. Let's accent this slope structure with some regular blocks. That's cool. I like that. Okay, that's not like perfect though, because we gotta like lower it a little bit. These blocks are not exactly half of a regular block, which I think is lame. But I think that looks cool. I think that looks cool. I hope it will continue to look cool as this part develops, but there's that. I think these should probably be on like layer 3. Yeah, Frack the Gods, Periphery song title true. Why are you answering so much to my questions? Answer to others too. There's just not a lot of questions. I can also call you Vino. Excellent. Yes, YouTube does take 30% of my donations. But Twitch takes 55%, so it's not ideal, but I'm not complaining. Okay, what can be done here? I'll do that, and then I'll decorate this somehow. You know, if I just put some, like, random stuff in the background behind these little slabs, I think that would look really nice. What if I did, like, these things descending? I'd have to, like, adjust it a bit. I'd have to do something like that to make it look any good. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make this probably layer 3. Or no, let's do 4. I think I've used these before on 4. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, okay. Excuse me. These should totally be like a gradient of some kind. Descending hues, maybe. Oh yeah, what if we started with something like this? What if we started redder? Even redder than that. And then this is like... No, it would have to be, like that. Okay. Okay. I think we can maybe tie that together with some glow of some kind. I don't know. This whole structure is just kind of an experiment. What's up, Zaka? Just gonna be around for a bit. Just wanted to say hi. I appreciate it. Chat has been a little strange today, to say the least. I appreciate any adult presence that can be spared. It doesn't even have to be adult, as long as it's like, as long as it's passable, you know. If you could maintain like socially acceptable, like, conversational skills. That is interesting. Maybe too much. You know, what if they got more yellow and the glow was pink? I think that would look good. Let's do that. So this would get a little bit more yellow, and this one's like yellow, yellow. Not no pastel orange. This is the real deal. Oops, that's the wrong color. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Sure. We'll do that. I don't like that these blocks don't look quite as blending as I would like them to be. Quite as blended. I don't know, but not gonna obsess over it. We're just gonna move on. Goo ga ga ga. There you go. This is what true adult conversation sounds like. Okay, we got a few repeat structures here, which is nice for me. That's good time saving. I have not done enough of that this stream. Now, this structure right here, this is an interesting one. This one shouldn't be too difficult. I would probably like these to be very simple. Little black lines there. Maybe we can accent them with some of these. These have really weird hitboxes that you can't remove because I can't use the no-touch thing. It's not a 1.9 feature. But we can put these here without affecting the gameplay, which is very nice. We will do that. Give me that for free. This should be, yep, object color. That's good. That's what we want. Love your videos. When do you think you're going to finish this level? Thank you, Mr. Monkey, for the $5. I appreciate that. I have no idea, because I have a lot of stuff I would like to do this year in terms of like content and streams and building levels and beating levels. Tons of stuff on the docket for 2026. I have no idea when this is going to be done. At this rate, maybe like April. I really don't know. It is just 1.9 deco, right? So it shouldn't take me nearly as long as like doing espresso kind of deco. That part, my part in espresso took forever. What happens if I change the hue? That looks cool. I like that. That's cool. I think that is so sick, actually. Okay, I'm doing that. But yeah, thank you for loving my videos. That's really cool. I am so glad to hear that. What if I copy and paste that color across the rest of these? That is kind of cool. I don't know if that color belongs everywhere, but I would like to experiment. Let's see where it belongs, right? We can worry about the rest later. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Galaxy Gamer A21, thank you for the 14 ZAR. That's South African Rand, by the way. In case you losers didn't know that. I had to relearn that earlier this stream. Can't wait for future peak VDIOs. I hope my VDIOs in the future will be peak. That'd be pretty cool. And thank you so much, man. South African Rand is one of my favorite kinds of Rand. It's all thanks to you that I have some now. Yeah, I have a lot of content plans and a pretty busy year lined up. I think there's going to be lots more like house remodels going on at my house and all that good stuff. So I can't undo a color change like that. But what if I just did it? That's honestly a subtle enough change. I think that's fine. It'll look better for this, though. This is when it's really going to shine. Yeah. Okay, I like that. That's good. Maybe a little bit of glow would really help that pop. We'll see. We'll see. Do you do any sports? Not like actively, but I do enjoy sports as a concept. I used to shoot hoops with a buddy when I was a kid pretty frequently. I like basketball. That's pretty cool. Like playing competitively in any capacity is like there's a lot that goes into that I am a lot less inclined to enjoy. But like team sports I think are cool and all, but like I don't know. I like the more like one-on-one kind of sports. That's why I like combat sports, I think, are the most interesting to me. Okay, so that's a little too bright. See, the glow color is not changing, and we can do that later. But if we did make it object, it would not be blending, which is an issue. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, well, it can stay like that for a little while. We'll just make the brightness low enough to where the object behind there can shine. That's good. That's good. What are these pictures, by the way? They're my buddies. They help me stay sane through my streams. They're very important. Okay, so that's layer 1, layer 2. What can we do here? Maybe something with this. What can we do with this block? Okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Can I use this? Yeah, that hitbox would be inside, right? Now, that looks silly. That looks silly right there. The block in the center has potential. I may continue with that. What am I stepping in? I don't know, but I smell it. I smell it all right. So that's not happening. That can happen. Honestly, that kind of connects. That connects. That's cool. I think I'm going to try that. If we paste that color. That's interesting. We'll probably want to make that 3, though. And then we'll just make the... That's cool. I like that. Oops, I did not mean to move it. I meant to copy it. Okay. Yeah, we got to get this outline also. I'm going to need to take a little break here in a second to go make myself some more tea for my throat. My throat and my chest is not feeling too good. But some nice hot tea really hits the spot. That looks nice. That looks nice. I don't know what to do for these blocks yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I will play you guys the song. It's a short song. The song is like a minute long. But I will be right back. Enjoy the Dancing Peters. They will entertain you. Oh my goodness. Mr. Monkey 45 with the $2 more. I appreciate that. Hope you make more buff demon videos. Yeah, I would like to buff more demons for videos. Like, I would also like to do more RNG videos, but not for levels like Exo or Bloodbath. They're too long. Those videos took me way too long. I'm going to move forward with stuff like Cataclysm. You know, it's a little bit more of a socially acceptable length of demon, you know. That'll be the future of that. But as for buffing demons, I guess I could buff Cataclysm. Buffing Cataclysm to make it main list again or something like that. That's a decent video idea. But, yeah, I would like to do more videos where I tinker with little levels in the editor and just change them. I would also like to take levels that I don't like and make a few small changes to make them a lot better, I would think. I think that would be an interesting idea. Anyway, I will go make more tea. I will be right back. Enjoy the song that the Peters will be dancing to.
Hello. I'm taking over. What do you want to know? What secrets do you want to know about Howdy?
Stop it.
I have many secrets.
Stop
He's
it.
evil.
Stop it. Why are you here again?
Because you were getting water, and I need to keep them entertained.
Well, I am playing the music that I think you maybe stopped.
Yeah,
Did you stop
it stopped the music.
Why?
Because it stopped itself.
When did it stop itself?
It stopped itself. It went.
It's not supposed to stop itself. It's supposed to play.
And
so the Peters have something to dance to.
How do I do that?
Here you go.
Ooh. What are members not named Howard of the Dingu bloodline? Some sort of slur.
I don't even know what that means. What are members not named Howard of the Dingu bloodline?
So if you're not in the Dingu bloodline, something that sounds offensive, like Muggle. You know what I mean?
Dude, imagine
Dingulus.
Imagine liking Harry Potter. The couple's beatboxing. True.
You're getting off beat, bruh.
Well, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
You have the headphone
I
buff.
know.
And you stopped beatboxing, so I didn't even have you as a reference.
Well, I had to stop because you were making me get up. Dude, it stopped. The music stopped.
Yeah, it's a short song.
So that's what I was saying. It stopped by itself earlier.
Oh.
I didn't stop it.
I see.
Thank you, Galaxy Gamer A21, for the 14 Czar. Thank you, Mr. Monkey, for helping me spell
I got more
videos.
Czar? Yo! Get out of my chair. You're done, pal. You're fired. I'll hire you back later, though, because you're cool.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, excuse me.
Everyone say bye, Chagol. Bye, Chagol. Have a good day, Chagol.
Nobody cared that I was there. Bye.
What? Did you guys not care that she was there? What did we say? What did I tell you guys about that? Thank you, Galaxy Gamer, for the 14 Czar. That's so many Czar. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Mr. Monkey, for helping me spell videos. That's true. Whenever people in my chat spell something wrong, I usually assume it's on purpose. But if you guys are looking for, like, spelling advice, let me know. I'm not the guy to be asking about this, but I could maybe help you in certain areas. Okay. We are back. Mr. Split. That's me. Yes, I have seen the new smart brick stuff. I made a whole video about it. I don't know if you've gotten to check it out. But no, there is a new Thai Advance coming out, and the back is completely exposed with tons of ugly red bricks, and the new smart brick is there. Otherwise, it's a pretty good looking Thai Advance, though. Not $70 good, of course, but like I would have considered picking it up on sale, maybe. Nope, not anymore. Nope, build is ruined. I'm better off just making a Thai Advance mock, which I have done. I have actually made a Thai Advance mock out of the Thai Bomber that came out a few years ago. Oh, what? See, Cersei called me Mr. Split. So Cersei's a real fan, but Cersei did not know of my video. You're in the server, right? You have to have known. There's no way. There's simply no way. What if instead of glow along the edge here, I did these blocks? Would that look good? Ooh, I could do that. How does that look? That looks dumb. That's what I've decided. So what if I got rid of every other block? Give me that. How does that look? That looks, I mean, not bad, but it looks like it was put there randomly, and that's what I'm avoiding. Fake fan. No, I think the concept of a fake fan is kind of silly. People got stuff going on. They can't be chronically online all the time. I get it. I do recommend checking out my Smart Play video if you're interested, because I got a lot to say. I got a lot of thoughts. See just about a little bit of glow. I'll just make it the same color as the other stuff. Ooh, I grabbed the colored glow without grabbing the black stuff. There you go. That's how you do it. That looks pretty nice, I think. I think I will make this a little more yellow and a little more saturated. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm happy. How dickety split mock videos equals my dream. Dude, let me let you in on a little bit of howdy lore. So, I go to visit my parents pretty frequently. I'm quite close with them. I'm blessed to have a good relationship with my parents. And when I come over, I often will bring a Lego set. And I love building Lego sets, specifically Lego Star Wars sets. It's one of my favorite things to do. However, Lego Star Wars sets are expensive. Thankfully, people who love me gift them to me for my birthday and for Christmas and stuff, so I have a decent collection without having to spend a bunch of my personal funds. But when I want to build Legos, but I don't have any more Legos, I've built them all, I just take them apart and build something new, something completely original. I try to make a little mock of some kind, see what I can do. And it is so much fun. And I've loved the idea of making content about that. I think that would be really, really cool. The problem is sometimes I start building something and I just can't finish it. I can't make it work with the pieces I'm given, and I can't make it look very good. It sucks. It is a terrible dilemma to reach, and you do not want to reach that dilemma when you're recording. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little conflicted when it comes to that, I suppose. A little bit conflicted, but I would love to at least showcase my mocks. Even, like, if it can't be in the form of a video, at least in the form of, like, a community post or something. That looks good. I really like that with the color pulses. So that's done. And the outline is done. The slopes are already, like, hitboxed, so we can get rid of these. I need to know your opinion on Summit. Summit spelled with one M. I don't know what this is. I need help. Help me know what that is. Anime. I want to like anime more than I do. Every time I try to sit down and watch an anime, there are anime-isms that make it harder to enjoy. Like, I think this is cool. I like that it's about monsters and killing scary monsters. That's cool. I want more of that. But why did we get, like, an upskirt shot for no reason? I just didn't see a need. I didn't see a need for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of weird shit going on in anime, and I don't care for it. I don't appreciate it. Makes me sad. If I can put one more little feature in the corner here to help fill out the structure, what would it be? That's not bad. Honestly, if I just invert these spikes... Shut up. Let me delete it. That'd be nice. Nah, not feeling it. Bypassing the main frame. Personally enjoy anime a little too much. There's a few series out there that I quite like. I want this to be on a higher layer, actually. Yeah, T2. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I guess I don't need this to look any more interesting. Like, this is an adequate amount of detail, I think. And maybe the black taking a stronger role in this block design is a little bit more fitting for the song and what that's doing at the moment. I can't make that look any brighter. I don't want to copy it 3 times. That's too much. But I do want it to match the rest of the glow. That's fine. That's fine. Jujutsu Kaisen is a good one. I've heard pretty good things about it. There's so many of those are so long. It's a little bit discouraging to get into. Like, I do not care how many times people recommend One Piece to me. I will not watch it. It is not happening. Because that shit is too long. That's why one of my favorite anime of all time is Erased. It's like 12 episodes of murder mystery. I like it. That's the way I like it. You can make long-running animes and still have them be good, obviously. I'm not saying long equals bad. It's just like I don't have nearly enough interest in those longer animes to watch them. What can I put inside this structure to make it glow a little bit? I don't want to just do normal glow. I want to do something else if I can. Ooh, maybe some of these? That might look kind of cool with the, like... Yeah, that has potential to look really interesting with the prism kind of pattern happening. JJK is terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, there's a show out there called Erased. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. Maybe a little overrated. A lot of people talk about it like it's perfect. I don't believe that it's perfect, but if you are often turned off from watching anime because of the weird, like, pervy, random moments that don't need to be there, there's none of that. I really appreciate that. It's a very normal story, you know? Like, if the story were not animated with a Japanese art style, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that it's animated, just judging by what's happening. Why? Where are you going, dog? Stop. There we go. What the hell? This game is bugging out today. Goodness gracious. Okay. If I were to put some of these here, how would that look? I'm not super digging it, but I'm not against it. What if we make this like... Oh, it is light background. Oh, okay. What if we made it object? Object and then a hue change might be better. Hue change in the wrong direction, I would say. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see if we can maybe back this up with a little bit of glow. That is so dark. Yeah, this needs some blending shenanigans happening. You know, maybe we don't even bother with glow and we just do more of this. Do that. That looks so stupid. Oh my gosh. No, because it needs to be on the same layer. Or this, yeah, the same layer, but a higher order. Right? But it's not doing that because it's blending. So I guess T1 is all we get. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That is what I was looking for, but it looks bad. Nah. Okay. Glow it is, maybe? Glow it is, then? Oh, man. Fire punch, huh? So, are you saying that it's like Erased just because it has a very, like, low episode count? Or does it actually have, like, a similar premise, or similar characters, or similar writing, or something like that? That's more so what I'm in for. Like, if the show is really, really good, I don't really care if it's long. I'll get through it slowly, but, like, I'll watch it. I can't make that look good. What do I do? I wonder if I can just kind of finish this off like so. Why is it so like... Ah, that's weird. That's weird. There's going to be a lot. A lot of these streams are going to look pretty much just like this. Me just very slowly, methodically figuring stuff out. I've heard Berserk is very good, but I know there's like a modern Berserk, and then there's like a really old like OVA or something that's really good. Usually when people recommend Berserk, they recommend the manga, not the anime. Hey, GG Tint, completing the Greek letter trilogy. I saw a community post from you about like ranking different aspects of those levels. I thought that was interesting. Very interesting. GG, man. That's awesome news. That's not bad, because it kind of matches the prism thing happening with the blocks. Benny Play with the 2. I appreciate that. Hey, you also donated 10 the other day during my last stream. Thank you very much for that also. Good to see you again. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. What if I actually move these a half block up? That looks less dumb. I like the location of this, but not the color. Okay, if it matched what was going on here a little bit more. Let's see. Can I copy that? What is that? Okay. Let's see. This is so tricky. Do not absolutely watch Berserk. Absolutely do not watch Berserk is probably the way I would have said that. That's a little strange. But it's interesting. Interesting. So I don't know how to approach Berserk. I think most people who love it probably love it from the manga and not from anything else. Because I think it got like an anime adaptation later that wasn't very good or something like that. Way too bright. Way too bright. Way too bright. That's pretty good. And this is still too saturated. Benny play with the 2 more. Thank you. I appreciate that. No message. Very mysterious. He's a very mysterious guy. He's just like that. He's built mysterious. I'm such a big fan, dude. Well, thank you. It's Drazzy. I appreciate that. Or maybe Drazy. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think this is the structure. I'm just going to go with this. I've been stuck on the structure for entirely too long. I literally got to the structure and I'm like, oh, okay, this one will be easier because it's smaller and I can copy and paste a few of them. No, it's still hard. So, do I change the colors? I think I do, right? I have to. What if we increase the hue by 40? Okay. Okay. Picking up what you're throwing down. I've been saying that a lot lately. I'm sorry. What if we make that like that? I don't think that looks very good. It's going too green, you know? So maybe we'll do plus 40 and then plus like 20. Let's try that. That's pretty good. It goes a little bit chartreuse, but that's okay. This is the Insomnia song, yeah. I've always thought this would make for an interesting 9 Circles level, because it's 1 minute long. The song itself is 1 minute long from start to finish, and that's usually the way I like to make my levels. I like to make them rather short. Okay. There we go. Okay. That looks pretty good, I suppose. I may end up flushing out this little line up here and make it a little more visible. Benny play with the 5 more. No message again. Very mysterious. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can do a lot with $5. Not as much as you could in like 2015. In 2015, you can get a whole hot and ready for $5, which is crazy. You know, before tax, of course. I think that looks pretty nice. I'll make this a little yellow guy. Or I guess orange guy. That's quite nice. I like that. What? Why does it look bad? What happened? Explain yourself. How'd I get so off center? How did I let this happen? Guys, I have failed you. Okay. Okay. See, that's too bright. That's too bright, is what I've discovered. Sorry, no drop. No drop for you. That's pretty good. I like that. You can also watch One Punch Man. The 3rd season's animation is great. I have heard the exact opposite, which is interesting. You can buy a 4-piece Chick McNugget. Anyway, bye, guys. Alright, bye, guys. What if I switched these? Can I do that? Can I do that legally? Yes, I can. All right, that was seamless. I like that. And this one will be... Yeah, I think that can work just fine, actually. If I just copy this whole chunk, turn it around. Yeah. I'm gonna like line up these hitboxes because they might be a little bit wrong. Okay, that's good. Then he played with the 5 more. My goodness, this guy is freaking loaded. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This time he does say, ha ha ha, dog animated emoji. Not quite sure what emotion to derive from that. I know I didn't do anything funny. There's no way. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You sound normal. I wish I sounded as normal. Sigh unnormally. Sigh so normally. That's the worst part, is that I can't laugh at something without like wheezing and having to like cough my brains out for a little while. Unnormally? No, you're right the first time. You're right the first time. Old fart symptoms. Interesting. This is an interesting thing that you've said to me. Okay, I have a couple ideas as to... Hey! What are you doing? A couple ideas as to what to do for this little, like, diamond shape. It's just a little guy that you platform on. It shouldn't take me more than, like, 1 minute to decorate, right? There's no way this can take me very long. Okay, outline is there. We can get rid of this. Also, hello, Dapper. I think you are cool, and I hear you are also sick, and I'm sorry about that. What if I do some of this? There we have that. Probably turn the saturation down. And then I need to put something in the center. What do I put in the center? Bad player 64 times 4. That's a lot. That is a lot of bad players. Thank you so much for renewing that membership for 17 months. That is sick, man. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Consoles I own tier list N64. That's a very good number one. PS1, 3DS, Switch, GameCube. GameCube is shockingly low. I probably would have put that at 3. Wii U and then my Mac GD machine. Yeah, that's an understandable last place. One of my my longtime buddies was a GD Mac player for many, many years. And he has expressed many woes in how obnoxious that is to get working and keep working and stuff. I feel for him. That is so dark. Holy crap. Why is that so dark? Wow. That is strange. Alright, I guess we're not using that. Well, what's happening, man? Hope you're having a good day. I am attempting to do some decoration here at Howdy Industries. Let's do some of that. This should probably be T2. Copy. Oh my goodness. No, I can't use this because look at those hitboxes. Those are crazy. I forgot about that. Excuse me. Haven't explored the GameCube library too much. It has Super Smash Bros. Melee, so I can't say much else. Also, I played F-Zero GX a decent amount. That's a cool-ass game. That is a cool game. I can maybe do some of this. Galaxy Gamer, thank you so much for the 1 more Czar. I appreciate that. Oh, 7 more. Oh my goodness, my eyes are terrible. Dude, you came loaded with the Czar today. I appreciate that. That's kind of nice, actually. So if we turn the inside color to this one, and then do some of that, that looks kind of terrible. I'll figure that out. I'm a heathen, so I prefer Ultimate. I understand. Who do you main in Ultimate? I'm sure we've had this discussion before, but remind me. Hope you can feel better too, man. Must have got the same funk, just a couple days. Yeah. Couple of funky guys. I hope you get over it as soon as possible. Yeah, my console tier list is interesting. I would probably be forced to put PS2 at number 1. N64 is probably number 2, but it's very close to number 1. I love the N64. Honestly, if the controllers were less weird, I might put it at number 1. And that's some appeal for some people, you know? Some people really like how that works. And if you are a huge fan of the N64 controller's weirdness, I can't really fault you for that. I don't know how to decorate this. Yeah, it is definitely taking me longer than a minute. I don't have to fill it with something, right? I don't have to put something in the center, but I would like to. Oh gosh, Young Link, Falcon, enjoy playing Isabelle, Ness, Ganon, Peach. Okay. Depending on how you play characters like Young Link and Isabelle, I don't know that we would have fun with each other. But I think like Falcon, Ganon, Dittos, that shit's so fun. Young Link is really fun in that game, though. He's got like crazy combos he can do. I have had a lot of fun with Young Link in my ultimate day. Honestly, what if I just say screw it and make like a boring star? I'm gonna make a boring star. Would that be better as an X? Maybe. Maybe. It's also not perfectly centered. But like, when is anything perfectly centered in GD? You know what? Let's do that. I'm just gonna do that. I need to stop lingering on these tiny little bits of deco until I get it just right. There's no such thing. You can't get it just right. It's not how it works. At least not for me. But it doesn't look good enough. What do I do? What do I do? I need something like that. That's what I do. Okay. Give me these. Give me these. Give me these. Welcome back, Cute Twirl. The return. When did free move turn itself on? The audacity. Okay, let's see if I can make this look... Ooh, actually, that might be an interesting accent to put right here. That is interesting. I don't want that color, though. Yeah, that looks centered enough. Oh, honestly, what if I do that? Ooh, now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, okay. I like that. There's too much warm stuff, though, so I'm going to make this a little bit more of a pink or purple or something. Very nice. Galaxy Gamer with the 35 ZAR. My goodness. That is a huge step up from your previous ones. Thank you so much. That is a lot of money. Good night. It is 12 a.m. where I am. See you next stream. Doctor Strange exit. I don't even know what that means. What is a Doctor Strange exit? I only do Dr. Normal exits, but thank you so much, man. You have a good rest of your night. Appreciate you hanging out and appreciate the czars. That's always nice. Have a good night. Hope you get plenty of good rest. Hope to see you again sometime soon. Funkman? DMs? That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. BAM is best currency. True. BAM! I think that's best. That is best. I'm not going to do too much saturation or brightness. I gotta let it go. Let it go. But is it clear that this is a slope you're supposed to jump on? Maybe not. Am I gonna keep tinkering with this fucking object? I think so. Gosh damn it, I shouldn't be allowed to make levels. I hate this. Okay. What if I did... What if I did this? Is this the same size? It's probably bigger, right? It is a little bit bigger. Hey, that might be just what we need to accentuate the lines that you're supposed to be platforming on. That is about perfect. Saturation down. Brightness low. That's probably pretty good. That might be as good as we're going to get. Honestly, I might prefer it without the star. Yeah, let's skip the star. Skip the star. It looks a little cheesy. Stars can look good, but I don't know about that. Okay. Gotta move on. Can't get stuck. I'm breaking through. Didn't Colin calculate the Mana Orb USD exchange rate? That sounds like something Colin would do. He's a goofy guy. Okay, we got regular old pillars. Can't go wrong here. Just don't complicate it. Make some pillars. Let's see. Can I do this? Nope. That's a downside to having the grid spaces like turned off, because you don't really know where those lines are, and you'll end up doing shit like that. Let's get some lines up in here. That looks good. I mean, obviously not yet, but we'll get there. This belongs on layer 2. Well, can I make this an object color? Is that going to look terrible? Oh my gosh. Honestly, if I put some glow here, I think that would look okay. Let's do some of that. Gosh, this process takes so long. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't decorate levels ever again. Alright, that looks alright. And then for the dark part of it, let me see about... Where is that shit? Where'd it go? Here we go. Stop doing that! My goodness. Stop leaving swipe on. It's so annoying. It does look really funny, though. Not quite as much as I would like. What happens if I do this? That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, let's try that. I would need this block, I think, to make that look good, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. I'm just going to leave that as is. I can't obsess over this too much. Was that she? That was she. She is very skilled at not changing her volume whatsoever if I happen to be recording or streaming. It's okay, because I love her, but it does produce interesting moments. If I change the hue of each of those, that looks pretty good. I like that. And once I change the color of the glow, the glow is staying the exact same color the whole way. Like, you watch this, the glow does not do anything. It's all the, like, object color changing. Once I start changing the glow, this will look a lot better, I think. My bad ice cream babe. New Record or Blade of Justice harder? Probably Blade of Justice. I don't know. Is New Record, like, insanely difficult? And I just happen to not know about it. I do not like New Record. I think I would have a much better time with Blade of Justice. New Record is probably the most soulless sync gameplay I've ever seen. They are syncing the gameplay for the sake of syncing the gameplay and not because of any kind of song representation. And that makes me sad. What if I make the glow an object color? Is that good? Do we like that? We do not like that. Oh, well, hold on. I kind of do like that. Honestly, it looks a little strange sometimes, but it looks much better when the triggers are doing their thing. It's just not glowy, so it looks kind of weird when it's dark. Oops, sorry. I went to do something. It's okay. Glad to have you back. I know this might be random, but I got so sick of Crazy 2, I jumped straight to Azurite and got 75 to 100. That's what most people end up doing when they try to, like, do a jump, you know? That's at least what I would foresee myself doing. It's like, wow, I've been grinding this level for so long, and it's taking me forever because I'm jumping to it. This sucks. And then I get bored and play something else. Which is why I think jump culture is a little silly. It's a little bit silly. Obviously, you need to jump to improve at the game, but, like, you can jump normal amounts. You don't have to go freaking crazy style. I should beat my shit crazy style. This is probably a better object for that. That looks a little silly, though. What do I do here? I know what I do here. I put one of these. Same prism-y situation, but he's colored now. That's nice. Can I make the detail object one? Is that going to look okay? I think so. I think so. And if we apply the same, like, glow thing to it, man, I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure about these. I think they look kind of bad. And they will change colors eventually, but man. Deco takes me too long. Too long. Here is hopefully my final compromise. I will put some of these in here. I hope that will look good. No telling at this point, really. Maybe one of these. I don't know. Gosh, damn it, this is so hard. It's so hard to make a thing and be happy with it in this stupid game. Galaxy Gamer with the 7 more. My goodness, didn't you say you were leaving? And now he's back with more money. My goodness. I think saving your money would benefit you in the long run. But benefiting me in the short run is also awesome. So thank you. I appreciate that. I forgot. I forgot I was going to bed. I accidentally just almost inhaled some tea. That's how funny that joke was. That was pretty awesome. But welcome back. Always nice to have you. You're playing New Record? Don't do that. That is not a good idea. Alright. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'll find something else. What other blocks can we use here to make it look good? Keep it simple with some of these. I don't hate that. I'm gonna need these to be on a higher layer though. Much higher layer. Wow. Okay. What if these were also an object color? I need there to be more color variation, so let's at least increase the brightness, and then probably the hue. Sure, man. Sure. I really don't want to touch it anymore. I just need to leave it alone. I guess we could take a similar approach with this. Give that a try. I don't know much about SD Slayer. Seems like a cool guy. I would need to watch some of his content before I could really have a good idea of what would be good for a collab. But that could be fun. Looks a little silly. What if we... Can we just double that? Give it to the next person? What are you clicking? Don't put that there. Gosh damn it. Just being in this editor makes me angry. I do not like this editor. It makes me sad. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Yes. Honestly, we can change this hue and then copy this hue. Gotta alternate, of course. That's so close, though, because I can't scale it. This would be really great if I could scale it. But I gotta do that. I don't like that. Oh, man, that sucks. Okay. Okay, what if? 2, 2. That doesn't look terrible. Okay, I think I can put up with that. Probably closer to 4, though. Okay, alright. I can put up with that. I can put up with that. Let's do it. I'm gonna have to lower my standards for some of these blocks, man. I can't have everything look awesome. 500 coffee cups. I don't like SD Slayer anymore. He said On Sight was a bad song, so I can't support him in good conscience. Don't mind me looking up what On Sight is. Oh, it's a Kanye West song. Okay, well, this may jeopardize my relationship with Bad Player 64, but I have never heard it before. That maybe is better than not liking it. Maybe it's worse. I do not know. That's up to him to decide. Disclaimer, I don't listen to Kanye. I just like the song. So, liking a song without listening to it is interesting. That's an interesting point that you raise. Shut up with your dumb ass. Oh my gosh. It's so annoying to do it so often. Goodness, man. You just miss a button a little bit and you're just putting objects all over the place without realizing it. I don't know. If you like SD Slayer otherwise, I don't know if that's valid reasoning to not, like, watch him at all or support him at all. Like, I don't know. You have to have disagreed with me on something more than that, right? What's up, Jim? How you doing? Welcome in. Does that look any good? Honestly, that could look good. I might use different spikes, but I kind of like that. I could also keep those blocks the exact same, actually. That might be interesting. I don't think that would go over very well, but I could maybe use these. Interesting. Okay. Let's get these on the same layer. Get these on the same page. And then can I copy this color? There we go. Throw that on there. Throw that in the mix. And then we need to block it out. We need to block it out with something. We can maybe do that with this. That's not enough, though. I want it to cover more. That's not bad, but I just want something larger. I'm just being a little silly. A little wacky. Tiniest bit zany. So you don't actually, like, hate him and refuse to watch his content or anything. You're just joshing. Is that how it is? You a josher? Man, I'm really missing scale. I'm missing scale so much. I'm really missing scale. Okay, what if... This would look bad. This would probably look bad, but... What if I just made some kind of like... This is about how big I want it to be. What if I just made an amalgamation? That looks so dumb. Oh my gosh. What does I do? What is that noise? Oh, love that. Don't you love it when some shit on your desk is making a noise that you can't discern? Like, where... I am moving my desk ever so slightly as I'm building this level, and it is causing something to go like... Oh, it's so annoying. Oh my gosh. That's okay. We persevere. Why is this on the same layer? What is that amateur shit? How Daru would you create a 9 circles level? This is truly one of the questions. It's like, you know, the community does not make it very easy to stay in the community, you know? If that's something that the GD community wants, if they want me to stick around, it's not very clear, you know? What if I do that and just move it up like so? That isn't bad. I think I might just stick with that. I might have to do a little bit of poorly optimized object copying to get what I want here. Not 0, bro. Come on. I thought I was on 1. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to call that good right there. I swear this is the last one. Thank you so much for the 14 more. Man, that's crazy. This is the most South African rand I have ever had in my entire life. All thanks to you. Thank you, Galaxy Gamer. Truly a champion of the people. If this is truly goodbye, then have a good night for realsies this time. I hope you enjoyed your stay here at Howdy Industries. Can I grab this? Put it on 4. Is that going to look good when I stick it in here? Actually, yes, that is going to look good. I think maybe that's not the right color. Sure, that looks pretty good. And then we'll just say, copy that. I think I'll probably go ahead and invert these colors, though. It's not going to be very noticeable at all, but like this, hue, we'll throw that up. And then for the glow, we'll just make this 3. Okay. Yeah, that looks alright. I don't really know what to do about this block. I think I might just keep that exactly the same. Almost at 195k. Yeah, I've been growing pretty steadily, pretty quickly lately. This is interesting. I would like to copy and paste the object. I think I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, hold on. Idea. These lines change colors when they're on. Yeah, okay. What if I make that 1 instead? That's a little nicer. I like that. I like that. That's a good change. I accept this. Okay. Do a face cam. True, I already do that. Thank you, Bad Player 64. I do need to change these, like... I'm not sure how I feel about these, man. Those haven't been sitting with me too well. I almost prefer it like that. Is that too, like, copy and pasted, though? I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't know if I like those there. They can maybe stay, but they probably need to be a little darker. Yeah, that's okay. Like, I don't want them to look black. They need to look like they have some color, you know? But I don't want them to look too bright. I am fine with that. I am officially fine with that. Oh, wow. I've been live for 2.5 hours? Wow, that's like a normal stream worth of time. You know what I've built in 2.5 hours? That, and these. Like, this is what I've done in 2.5 hours. So at this rate, oh my gosh, it's going to take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 streams. I don't know. That's my guess. It's going to take 20 streams to finish this, which sounds absurd. Absolutely absurd. I really am unsure about this. Wow, you're so productive. Oh, never mind. This is also a 1-minute level. This level is 1 minute long. And it's going by this slowly. Like, that's fucked up. I can still work on this, like, in my free time and everything. It's not like this is all there is, but there will be probably some more productivity off camera, but put that there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start going a little faster for sure, which is what I said at the start. At the start of the stream, I'm like, all right, I've been taking it easy, or I've been going kind of crazy on the deco here, and I need to relax. I need to lower my standards because it's taking way too long. And then I proceeded to have almost the exact same standards. Standards overrated for real. Okay. I'm probably just gonna finish this big structure and probably end the stream. I do probably produce deco faster if I'm just like not streaming and completely locked in, so to speak. So it's your guys' fault. It says 5, right? No, it's 6. It's 6. Yeah. Galaxy Gamer, you lie. You have lied to me, but thank you so much. This is a good lie. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You should seriously stop and go to bed, though, because eventually you're going to run out. I really do appreciate the South African blessings. Like, that's fabulous. I would not trade that for anything. An example of how I might optimize this is make this symmetrical. Put a saw blade here to fill in the gap that used to be there. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. That is what I am called to do. I'll make saw blade deco later. I don't feel like doing that right now. It's just a distraction to me at this point. I could copy and paste this structure if it's the right size. It is. Let's go. Yeah, okay. And then I need to figure out what to do for this slopey boy. Might as well throw these up there. No, probably not. Do I do that? Oh, this is off center. There you go. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I do not know what I'm doing here. This is tough. I can maybe... Hold on. This is also too low, I'm realizing. You know what? I'm rolling with it. Let's do it. And then do that. Make this color 1. Ooh, actually, if we invert this, if we flip them like that, then the glow, or like the bright sides would meet in the middle. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I prefer it, though. Okay. Now, I might want to add a little bit of glow here and there. A little bit of dark stuff, just to help give it some depth. Nope, that is the wrong corner. Okay. That's really dark. That is really dark. Wow. It's so hard to, like, do glow deco for slopes. It is so difficult. Especially before, like, 2.1. 2.2 actually has made it a lot easier as well. No, I'm not sure about that. I like the idea of putting some dark glow here, but... Here, what if I did dark glow instead? Right here. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. How would we feel about that? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it suits this part a little bit better, because the song is getting a little, like, more intense and it's building up. So for the deco to get darker, I think would make some sense. Okay. Alright. I might need to turn down the saturation a little bit. And then last thing I want to do for this probably is... Yeah, just throw some lines in there. There you go. That looks a little bit more complete now. Oh my goodness. What difficulty should this be? Good question. Probably. Well, what it should be is not usually what I do. But Insane Demon is what I'm shooting for. I think something looks awesome and how he goes, eh. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I do really want some kind of dark accent along that slope, and I don't know how to do that. What do I do for that? Let's see. No, Mike, stop snapping to something stupid. Snap normal style. There's a 45-degree button for a reason. What if I did that? No, that's too dark. That's too dark. I need it to be softer. I don't know if there's an object for that, though. Oh, there might be, actually. Hold on. Brain blast. I might be really smart and cool. No, I'm not smart and cool. No way. Nice try. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay. I'm gonna go play through the level one more time. Let's just give it a little play really quick, and then we'll end the stream. I forgot. We have Galaxy Gamer, the rated membership. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, man. This is so many rand. So many. I think you might be the richest South African in the entire world. I think we found him, and it's you. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Well, welcome to the membership. You now have access to all my exclusive emojis and fun stuff like that. You also have a badge that develops into more interesting colored badges the longer you're a member. And you get access to exclusive community posts and stuff like that. You enjoy your perks, and thank you so much for the raid membership. I appreciate it. This is the least I've ever seen somebody go to bed, by the way. And I've met me. That's saying a lot. Ah! That's not good. Held too long. Yay! Okay, cool. I'm going to bed. 10 donations and a membership later. True. Okay, I'm just gonna upload this to save my progress. I think we did okay today. We did okay. At least I'm pleased with what I've made. I'm just not really pleased with how much I made. I was hoping to at least get like here in 2.5 hours, but that's okay. That's okay. I am sick after all, which means I decorate slower. That's not what that means. I hate Nightmare in FNAF 4, dude. He's a silly little guy with a very, very motionless jump scare. Alright, that is going to be it for our stream, but before we go, let us thank all the wonderful people who stopped by and donated to the Howdy Foundation. Spoiler alert, it is mostly Galaxy Gamer A21. Kicking things off with That Cool Kid 11 with the rated membership. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Galaxy Gamer was then next with his 7 rand. I'm going to tally up all of your rand at the end, we'll see. Cool Beans Whoa with the $2, appreciate it, thank you very much. Mr. Monkey 45 with quite a few bucks today as well. I believe $7 from Mr. Monkey Man. Appreciate it. Benny Play with the $14 today, which is crazy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Benny Play. Bad Player 64 renewing the rated membership for 17 months. Appreciate it. Welcome to the rated membership program again for the 17th time. And the rest of it was just Galaxy Gamer. All right, so now it's time to tally it up. We got 7, 21, 35, 42, 77, math, 80, 85, 84, 108. No, 98, 105 plus the membership. That is so much. Oh my goodness, 105 South African rand plus the membership, which I think is 5. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Over 100 South African rand. So now that you have that number before you, you can gauge how much you'd like to donate going forward. I recommend a lot less. 100 rand is kind of crazy. Bro, what do you mean I just got here? It happens, man. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, that always happens. Like, every time I end stream, there's like 4 people who join. They're like, what? What do you mean you're leaving? What do you mean I just got here? I'm sorry about that. But there will be plenty of future streams coming soon. We are grinding ABP. This is happening. We're doing it. I have 47 times 3? Yeah, 47 times 3. Going pretty well so far. I'm enjoying ABP. I think my progress is steady enough to be pretty morale boosting and motivational, I think. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of streams coming soon. Hope to see you guys for those. But that is it for this one. I am going to sign off here and go do some editing. Hopefully have a new GD video out for you guys this weekend. So I will see you guys then. Until then, have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye forever.